Crypto Twitter is awash with the rumor of SEC chairman Gary Gensler resigning from the regulatory agency. Pro-XRP attorney John Deaton commented on the rumors, saying Ripple, the well-known payments business that created the cryptocurrency XRP, takes an unexpected move. It is collaborating with Jared Isaacman, well known as Elon Musk's Spacex colleague. In 2021, Isaacman, the millionaire creator of Shift4 Payments, made news, specifically when he launched into Earth orbit on SpaceX's Crew Dragon spaceship. Ripple has announced its participation in a humanitarian venture with Isaacman in a recent release. The collaborative effort includes a contribution project combining XRP and cryptocurrency for the Maui Emergency Response Fund. XRP has been incorporated as one of the cryptocurrency contribution alternatives offered via the Giving Block, a crypto donation solution provider. As part of this initiative, a statement from an article in the post above emphasizes the collaboration. Ripple will join Shift4 CEO Jared Isaacman, and the next $50,000 used in cryptocurrency donations to the Maui Relief Fund will be matched 200 ETH. Donation matching is used in this partnership, in which one party matches the donations provided by another. Ripple has agreed to match Isaacman's contributions, essentially doubling the Bitcoin donations received up to a total of $50,000. While this cooperation does not prove a strong link between Jared Isaacman and Ripple, it does provide opportunity for conjecture regarding possible future collaborations. Elon Musk, well known for his prominent tweets regarding cryptocurrencies, particularly Dogecoin, has had a big influence on the crypto market via his social media activities. Notably, during the crypto market's bull run in 2021, Spacex and Tesla earlier added Dogecoin as a payment option on their websites for the purchase of corporate items. Ripple Labs has stated its dissatisfaction with the SEC's request for an interlocutory appeal in court, joined by its senior executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. Ripple claims that the present court verdict does not support an appeal and points to the SEC's selective regulation of the cryptocurrency sector. This selective approach raises questions about how the SEC implements the How I test, which determines whether a digital asset is a security or not. This discovery has far-reaching implications for the current court dispute. The SEC identifies no prejudice that it would suffer in being required to try the allegations that it brought and has maintained against Mr. Garlinghouse and Mr. Larson for nearly 3 years, according to a portion of the petition released by attorney James A. Fallon. And the SEC refuses to recognize much alone remedy, the significant damage that additional delay will inflict the individual defendants. The SEC's half-hearted stay motion lacks legal, factual, and equitable basis. According to attorney Fred Rispoli, Judge Torres is unlikely to grant the SEC's motion. He claims that not only does the legal analysis back Ripple, but there is also serious worry about possible injury to people such as Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, rather than merely the firm. He compares this to the entitlement to a prompt trial in criminal matters. He goes on to say that the only way Judge Torres might certify the appeal is if she sees the matter as very political and wants not to get too engaged. In such a case, she may choose to refer it to the Second Circuit, enabling them to determine whether or not to grant the appeal, thereby putting the decision in their hands. According to Rispoli, Judge Torres does not support this technique. The SEC is requesting an interlocutory appeal, claiming that the Ripple case poses fundamental legal issues with far-reaching repercussions for the entire digital asset market. Ripple has countered with many arguments. In the midst of the legal saga between Ripple and the SEC, John Deaton, a legal champion for XRP investors, provides a ray of light. He reveals the legal complexities that might lead to a settlement between Ripple and the SEC. Deaton's insight comes at a critical juncture: the legal battle between Coinbase and the SEC. If the court rejects Coinbase's request, the regulatory environment for token sales, including XRP, might change substantially. A rejection like this would erode the SEC's power to appeal, pushing the agency toward a settlement with Ripple. Deaton believes that even if an appeal were viable, the agency's power would wane, making a settlement more appealing. Ripple has also not been idle. In a recent filing, it argued that the SEC had strayed from legal principles, particularly with regard to the Howey test for token sales. This development follows a positive July verdict for Ripple, which prompted numerous exchanges to consider relisting XRP. A settlement between Ripple and the SEC might not only pave the way for XRP, but it could also have an impact on the larger cryptocurrency industry, setting new precedents. If the move to dismiss is granted, the future for Ripple and Coinbase appears more bright. Such a decision would establish new precedents in the crypto industry, providing much-needed clarity and encouraging innovation. The legal battle between the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple Labs continues to develop new plot points. It's important to remember that the SEC sued Ripple for the unauthorized distribution of XRP in the form of security. In addition, Judge Torres determined that XRP does not meet the definition of a security. The SEC has started a move to file an interlocutory appeal addressing programmatic and other sales of XRP as the trial approaches to determine whether Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larsen assisted Ripple in selling XRP to institutional investors. It was in that document that the SEC shifted its tone, calling XRP nothing but computer code with no inherent value and stating that it had no interest in reviewing the underlying asset. Regulators in the United Kingdom have joined others who say cryptocurrencies have no true worth. However, as noted by cryptocurrency expert and attorney Bill Morgan, the SEC is now arguing before courts to have them rule that cryptocurrencies are not commodities. He notes that the SEC would be very dissatisfied if Judge Torres were to classify the Gram token as a commodity. Morgan says the SEC is trying to streamline its operations by having the courts rule that cryptocurrencies fail the Howey test for lack of intrinsic value. This implies that issuers of cryptocurrencies will have to find some practical use for them. Therefore, the third Howey pillar is met, and investors may place their trust in the results. The value and price growth of cryptocurrencies would be null and void without them. Since XRP's worth is contingent on its attributes and the XRP ledger XRP, Morgan argues that this method is incorrect. The Australian attorney contrasts the view that this is a new rail for the international payment system with one that compares it to wheels. Their worth comes from being put together, much as wheels did, and that's why they were able to revolutionize the globe. The SEC's apparent effort to treat Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies differently raises the issue of why. The SEC has totally lost sight of its goal and purpose, according to another senior attorney in the industry, John E. Deaton. Although the SEC's position that XRP is a security has been supported by a memo from 2018, Deaton believes that this letter does not confirm the SEC's position since it is not public. Years of ambiguity ensued as Ripple sought clarification from the SEC, only to be instructed to keep talking to his staff about that, and ultimately given the runaround. After the document was released, Bill Hyman famously argued that Ethereum and Bitcoin were not securities. CEO Brad Garlinghouse at the time said, "Ripple is living in purgatory." Many believe that the lawsuit and the SEC's continuing enforcement activities against Ripple and XRP are to blame for the cryptocurrency's lackluster price performance. Prior to the litigation, XRP was the second most valuable cryptocurrency and was widely regarded as the currency of the future for the financial sector.